I'm Mahdi Shaheeb Sher. My website is www.shaheeb.com. I think one of my interests in the world is the Ukraine war. I think the Ukraine war has been going on for almost 5 years now. It's one of the longest Eastern European wars we've had for the past few decades. It's quite an aggressive war with Russia entering kind of Eastern Europe, which is its backyard. And I think that Russia is very much focused on, I think, taking Ukraine as a territory. I think that the quickest way for Ukraine to defend itself and to win the war in Ukraine is to go on to the attack. And I think that one of the ways it can do that is by pushing south into the Kherson region and perhaps attacking Crimea. I think such a move would force Russia out of the war quite quickly, with maybe within a few months, perhaps 8 to 12 months. And I think that that would be a very quick way to force Russia out of the war. I think that that would be a decisive and strategic move, and that would be kind of a very aggressive and contained attack in South Ukraine along the Kherson region towards Crimea. I think such a move by Ukraine towards Crimea would force Russia to withdraw and retreat from the war. And I think it would be a very bold and striking move by the part of Ukraine. So I think that would be my focus for kind of turning the tables on the war and perhaps taking the initiative. I think it would need a concentration of quite a few soldiers. I think maybe 20 to 30,000 soldiers would be quite a large force. But I think a small amount of maybe even 10,000 soldiers along Kherson towards Crimea would be sufficient in size to perhaps force the Russians back from their positions within Ukraine and at least push them into a retreat. And I think that would be my best position to take in kind of confronting with the war situation in Ukraine. I think at the moment, Russia has been focused on controlling the south of Ukraine. I don't know why it's focused on doing that. I think the only reason could be with its view of protecting Crimea. But I think it's very much placed in the south of Ukraine, and I think that's what it's focused on. I think we have Luhansk, Kursk, and the Donetsk regions in the south of Ukraine, and those are the main areas that Russia is entrenched in. I think it did very well to win those areas, especially Mariupol. I think it did quite well to win those areas. But I think that the key to winning Ukraine from a Russian perspective is North Ukraine, and that would mean kind of going on to the north border with Belarus and attacking Kiev with the North Ukraine and some of the roads that go from North Ukraine into towards Kiev. And I think some of them are quite close to Belarus. So I think those are the routes that Russia could take to perhaps close the war. But I think its main view from the Russian perspective is maybe a long drawn out war that's entrenched in the south of Ukraine. And I think that the only way that Ukraine can really force Russia onto a retreat is by attacking Kherson and Crimea and perhaps pushing Russia back. And I think I can do that with relatively few soldiers and in quite a quick period of time. And that would be my view of kind of meeting the attack with Russia. Thank you very much.